Hello and welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And we've got a full midweek schedule list in the Barclays FAWSL. That's why this video is out a lot sooner than it would usually be. So we have games on Wednesday and Friday, and then a game on Sunday to look forward to this weekend in the WSL, starting off on Wednesday at 6 o'clock in the UK time. We have also today it's the Second City Derby, aka Birmingham City versus Aston Villa. That's available on the FA Player. All of these are FA Player unless stated otherwise, so that's going to be a very entertaining game between Carla Ward's side and Marcus Binya's side. Villa coming on the back of this after a 1-0 win at the weekend thanks to a Mano Iwabuchi beautiful goal. And Birmingham City, on the other hand, they come in it after a 1-1 draw with Everton. Elsewhere, we then follow that with Chelsea versus Arsenal in what is expected to be a very big game, an important game for Joe Montemurro's Arsenal side, in what I'm personally saying is a must-win for them if they are to try and stay in the hunt for the top three and potentially get into the Champions League next season, because the Champions League's expanding from next season, so it's the top three teams in the WSL that get places. And Chelsea will be wanting to get back to winning ways themselves after they lost to Brighton 2-1 at the weekend, and Arsenal lost to Manchester City, the same score line. But it is definitely for me a must-win game for Joe Montemurro's side more than Emma Hayes' side. Then we have Brighton versus West Ham at the same time. Again, West Ham will be coming back off it after a draw with Bristol City. They were their last game in what was a very entertaining draw at the Chigwell Construction Stadium. Whilst obviously, speaking of Brighton, they literally, as we just did, they beat Chelsea 2-1. They're going to have the confidence and everything is going to be, the morale should be high for them heading into this one. Then at 7:30 we have Tottenham Hotspur versus Bristol City. It's going to be a very entertaining game, this one. Bristol City are somewhat now looking good. Matt Beard has got them playing quite well in the last three or so games. They're closing in on a bit of safety, but they have still got a bit to go, whilst Tottenham are up in 7th on 12 points there. I mean, their last two games they haven't done well, obviously, but the game before that against West Ham they did well in getting victory, so it's a bit of mixed results really for Rhiannon Skinner's side, and it's going to be a close one to see, and I could actually see Bristol City nicking this one. And then on Friday, Manchester United playing Manchester City at the away at Manchester City at 7 o'clock. That's available on BT Sport 2. Again, this is a very close game between second and third in the WSL. Win for City, they would go above United, and they've still got a game in hand over Casey Stoney's side. But it would be a much needed win for Casey Stoney's side to get back to winning ways after their poor result at Reading at the weekend, which Casey Stoney did acknowledge that they weren't at their best for it that against Reading. And then on Sunday, Reading play Everton themselves. Reading are the home team there at 2 o'clock at the Majeski Stadium on the FA Player. So this one, I'm not too sure who could win this. It's going to be quite close. I think that's going to be one where a draw, or if Reading play like they did against Manchester United, they should definitely be favourites. And then also on Sunday, the 14th of February, I believe this Sunday is, Bristol City play Chelsea at 3 o'clock at Twerton Park Stadium. Chelsea obviously going to be the favourites, but after last weekend's result against Brighton, you really don't know what is going to happen. We also have Aston Villa versus Arsenal to look forward to at 2 o'clock at the Banksy Stadium. This game is meant to be played 2 or 3 times now, but it's been postponed due to the weather, so fingers crossed this game actually does go ahead. And Arsenal will definitely be one of the sides needing to win that game. I don't believe there's any more fixtures to be played between now and then. If I have somehow forgot about it, it is my bad. There has been a lot of rescheduling fixtures in the WSL due to the weather and the amount of COVID tests, so that's why there's been a lot of mixture breaks of like who's playing this weekend and who isn't. So but if there is games that I have missed out now, I will go back to them when we come to our little review of the weekend, this week's games. So the video will more likely be out on Saturday after the Manchester derby on Friday evening, so that we can review it. Teams have been announcing their internationals slots, fixtures for the upcoming games. So for Scotland, they have announced their games for their final UEFA 2022 qualifiers against Cyprus and Portugal. Just a quick rundown of it. For Premier League players, you got Jem Beattie in there, Sophie Howard from the Championship, Emma Mitchell from Reading, Lucy Graham from Everton, Caroline Weir from Manchester City, Erin Cuthbert from Chelsea, Claire Emsley from Everton, Lisa Evans from Arsenal, Kirsty Hansen and Jane Ross from Manchester United, and Martha Thomas from West Ham United. Hege Riise announced her first Lionesses squad. She's announced a 20-player squad for their upcoming international camp, where they will play Northern Ireland later on this month. Squad there: Hannah Hampton, Sandra McGeever and Ellie Roebuck are the goalkeepers. Defenders of Millie Bright, Lucy Bronze, Rachel Daly, Alex Greenwood, Steph Houghton and Lottie Wubben-Moy. Midfielders are Fran Kirby, Jordan Nobbs, Jill Scott, Georgia Stanway, Ella Toone, Kira Walsh and Leah Williamson, and then forwards of Beth England, Lauren Hemp, Chloe Kelly and Ellen White. She said the reason Nikita Paris hasn't been included is down to the COVID rules of players not being able to leave France and come back, so she doesn't have to quarantine, and no reasoning behind why Beth Mead has been dropped from it. She said she wants it to be a smaller camp so they can have a little bit more concentration as to what the environment would be like for the Olympics, and she's gone with a few experienced players and a lot of youth, so it can help transition into the Serena Wiegmann era, which is something I like. It's a very good squad. I've got no real complaints over it. Obviously, when Serena Wiegmann comes over and she's got the Euros next year, I'm expecting to be quite a young squad, like I did in my video, which you can check out on this channel, of how I would expect England to line up under Serena Wiegmann. And then in the last couple of hours, as of recording for me, the Netherlands have announced their squads for their upcoming games. Players from the WSL include Jill Roord, Vivianne Miedema, Anessa Kargman, Jackie Groenen, and Kike Vaness. Kike Vaness is left, and Danielle van der Donk. So it's going to be a good game for the Netherlands and the last few games under Serena Wiegmann. So that is all. I will obviously come back later on this week to wrap up the midweek fixtures and talk about the weekend fixtures if I have missed any. And yeah, until then, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Why not check out other videos where we talk about Leah Williamson leaving the club possibly, and have a review of all the action that happened at the weekend just gone. So until then, we'll see you soon.